Man, it's cold outside.
Are you talking to me, or are you like? I don't know if I'm supposed to reply to that, or if you're talking to the audience, in which case I'm just butting in on a conversation that's not
you're
mine.
not butting in. Join right in.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It feels like someone left the friggin' oven on. Holy shit on a stick.
It's pretty hot.
It is so warm.
Yeah.
It's miserable.
Yes.
It is miserable. All I will say is this is weather to wear as few layers as you possibly can.
Oh, for sure.
And so I think in the spirit of guests that we've had on the show in the past,
right.
I think Stefan's probably laughing at a lot of people right now.
Yeah. I mean, now,
he's probably sitting at his naturist park, not wearing anything, thinking all of those schmucks that wear clothing are cooking in their own crock pots right now.
Right. Now, that being said, maybe he just spends his time laughing at others to begin with, let alone if he's...
maybe he's just a jerk.
No,
I don't think so,
no.
but he could be. No, but he could be.
Well, he could be. But
everyone could be, right?
Everyone.
Like Trump could be an asshole.
That is
Who knows?
Quite possible.
I would not be shocked.
No.
In the slightest. Not to get political.
No.
And anyway, I'm not saying Trump is an asshole.
No,
I'm saying
everyone
is capable of being a dick.
Everyone.
Right, Carl Eastman?
Everyone. Him included.
Hello and welcome. Welcome, Peter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've ever called you that before. I feel that
jives with you. Like you're not the type to use someone's formal, fully extended, proper name.
I mean, okay, so here's the thing though.
Sure.
Yes and no. Like,
okay.
So can I tangent here? Can I bunny trail?
This is a podcast. If now is not the time for a tangent, I don't know when is.
All right, so I have two siblings.
Okay.
Right, two younger siblings, two sisters.
Sure.
And all of us, myself included, were intentionally given names by my mother. Names which could not be shortened.
Oh.
Names for which there was no run-of-the-mill short form. Right. So if it's like, Bradley is Brad.
Sure.
Or Peter is Pete.
Yep.
Or William is Bill, Bob, Billy, whatever else.
Yeah.
Right. Richard is, hey, Dick.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like, so names that no one could give us, no one could call us by anything other than the name that my mother had given us.
Right.
And so I developed that. I developed that as like a personality trait that I don't call people by names other than what their name is. So my girlfriend, her name is Brienne.
Sure.
I don't know if I've just outed her there, if she's incredibly embarrassed now. She doesn't. She sent me a thing this morning. She sent me a list of the episodes of the show that she's yet to listen to.
Oh.
And I think she just listened to the last Star Wars one, which was like, we wrapped up like 5 months ago. So she's a little behind.
Just a bit. That's okay.
And she's like, I'm getting so behind. It's kind of stressful. And I'm like, don't stress about it.
Yeah,
but
no.
So her name's Brienne.
Sure.
And she won't hear me saying this for like another 5 months. So it's okay.
This is kind of cool. Like I actually want to say hello to her right now. So hello. And I'm genuinely curious, like
from the past.
Hello from the past, because it'll be months before she actually receives this. So that's
this is like a time capsule.
Yeah.
Brienne, in May of 2020, COVID-19 sucked.
Yeah.
And the Canadian dollar wasn't all that great. But you are dating one hell of a... Anyways.
Okay.
So, but her family and a lot of her really close friends have always called her Brie. Just B-R-E, Brie.
Okay. Yep.
I think maybe once in the 10 or 11 years of knowing her, I think once I have referred to her that way.
Okay.
And it felt incredibly wrong. I only call her by her full name.
Sure.
And And the same can be true for pretty much everyone I know. I mean, yes and no. Like I know, like her brother's name is Joshua, but I call him Josh.
Sure.
Her sister's name is Caitlin, but I call her Katie.
Yep.
And I don't think she likes that.
Sure.
But I do it anyways because,
yeah,
you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And I call you Pete. But I think that's just because that's how you were introduced to me. Right? Like we've told the story that people are like, oh, Peter and Cassandra.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Who's that?
Oh, Pete and Cassie?
Right.
Is that who you mean? Pete and Cassie? I don't know Pete and Cassandra. Who the hell are you talking about? So I don't know. Anyways, it's a really anticlimactic tangent.
Hey,
but
it's all right.
I just called you Peter. It felt very strange.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's two other Peters in my life. And you don't remind me of either.
Okay.
So one is my grandmother's husband.
Oh, cool.
And his name's Peter.
Okay.
And he's like, it's kind of like they're English, and so they're not grandma and grandpa, they're nanny and grampy.
Oh, okay.
And so he's always been my grampy Peter. And then the other Peter is Peter Chow, who for a long time co-owned a Chinese restaurant in the town that we both grew up in.
Right.
And I know him. And you are neither my grandfather nor are you Chinese. And so to call you Peter feels strange. And the only other Pete I know is like the cat that's an asshole to Mickey Mouse.
Okay. Well,
you know.
Let's use that as a segue. Let's just jump tracks here and let's get into the episode.
I'm sorry if I've made you uncomfortable.
I'm
really not that sorry.
No.
Sorry. I kind of hope I did.
Yeah. Well, this is an episode where we continue our journey of an undefined, an undisclosed amount of time. We're not limiting it, but we're going back through year by year of film. And
right. I would say it's classified information.
It's very classified.
How
I don't
far
even
back
know.
We're gonna go.
You don't even know. I was given half the message. You were given the other half, and so without the full message, we don't know.
I mean, I was given the full message.
What?
I just told you I was given half the message because I didn't want to.
Dude,
I didn't want to create a weird dynamic.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
but now I feel like I have anyway.
Yeah,
so I apologize.
It's all right. We can edit that part out, and it'll be like it didn't happen.
Talking movies with you never doesn't put a smile on my face. So I'm excited for this.
Cool.
It's a movie. Spoiler alert. I'm not crazy about this movie.
Sure.
But I am excited to talk to you about it.
And just to clarify, so this year was the year of 2016, and La La Land came out with quite a strong following.
This week, the year was 2016.
This week. Sorry, what did I say?
Right. You said this is the year of 2016.
Oh, and you know why I said year? Because this is kind of like we've just hit the 1 year milestone of our podcast. So
we are a year old. We soon will be. We're now eating solid foods.
Mm-hmm.
We still don't really have control of our own bowels.
No. And nor should we.
We occasionally spit up.
Yep.
And, although we eat solid foods, we still occasionally partake of the breast milk.
No.
No, we don't.
We don't.
I get podcasts confused with human children sometimes.
Anyway,
it's one of my things.
Back to La La Land. So La La Land came on top, and we're going to talk about La La Land this week.
Which I'm pissed off. Can I say
That's fine.
I think the wrong part? Movie won.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
And that's okay. I mean,
yep.
The
movie that
not everyone can be perfect all the time.
The movie that came very close, I'm not going to mention which one came in second, just because we're planning on doing a bonus episode, but I'm not going to commit just in case it doesn't happen. But there was a second film that came very close that I think you for sure wanted to win, and the audience might see a bonus episode coming out in the near future.
Yeah, no, we definitely shouldn't tell them that it's Hacksaw Ridge, because then people will be like, People will be like, "Oh, yeah, I'm excited for the Hacksaw Ridge episode," and then we'll be like, "Well, we didn't say we would do it for sure, even though we're saying we're gonna do it."
Right.
And then but it might not happen, so let's not tell them.
But
I agree, 100%.
Yeah. So La La Land. Let's get it started. I'll start you off with a couple trivia questions, okay?
Hey, can we say really quickly?
Oh, for sure.
Spoilers ahead. Spoilers ahoy.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen the movie, good for you. No, if you haven't seen the movie, and you're worried about spoilers, then maybe don't listen to this episode right away. Maybe download it and save it on your phone. And then go out and rent La La Land or purchase it or pirate it if you're a very bad person.
Right. Yeah.
However, if you're one of the people who listen because you're one of our significant others or our mother, then I just listen anyways. I mean,
Do it.
Yeah. So, and if you're new to our show, we are two far from professionals who chat about film. We're both fanatical about film, but fanatical about different types of film. So it kind of creates a fun conflict sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
But always a good conversation. And you want to check us out on Facebook and all of those things that are linked down below.
Yes.
Because we allow you to pick the movies that we're going to watch and review.
Yeah.
So that's definitely the way to have some say in our lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You'd be like those internet light switch people. Do you remember that?
No.
So there were these like MIT students or something years ago that set up, and this is like it was like 15 years ago or something.
Yeah.
But they set up a website, and did some science-y, computery things, and set up like 4 of the lights in their apartment to these light switches that could be flicked by clicking a button on this website. And then they linked webcams showing those lights. So at any point, anyone on the internet could turn the lights on and off in their apartment.
Right.
And it went viral. Like it was this, it was this whole big, cool... As we were learning what the internet was capable of, and as we were, all these things.
Right.
So that's kind of like us. If you want to control our lives, if you want to switch our lights on and off, then follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
Yeah. A bit. Not as frequent.
Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon's the way to go. If you want to really control our lives, if you want to have advanced voting power,
yes.
Patreon is solely the reason why we are reviewing a movie this week that I don't want to review. So, case in point, you can do horrible, horrible things to me if you just support us on Patreon.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Daphne. Anyway.
Let's join in with
On
Daphne
with the show.
And make Brady do horrible, horrible things. In the name of film and cinema.
That's okay. I've poured myself a drink. I've decided I could not get through an episode talking about La La Land without a blood alcohol level slightly above 0.
All right.
So
cool.
Is 0? Wait, sorry. Hang on. Is 0 the baseline?
Don't know.
Or does your blood net? What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Like there's like the level you can drive at and stuff like that, but is like your blood alcohol resting point 0?
I feel it has to be 0.
It must be. Your body's not naturally like fermenting white blood cells.
Like it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't. That's a condition. Anyways, go ahead.
All right.
Trivialize me.
First question. The director, Damien Chazelle, are you familiar with him?
Yeah, he directed La La Land.
Cool. So he had trouble finding a studio to actually finance his project of La La Land. Well,
sure, he showed them the script and they were like, no. We have dignity.
Is this going to be an hour and a half of you just ripping on La La Land?
I think it probably should be. No,
Okay.
it's not. I don't hate the film. I just don't love it.
Okay. Anyway, so he had trouble finding someone to finance his project. What really broke things open for him was he made a certain project that kind of gave him some street cred, and after he had that success, then Summit Entertainment picked up La La Land and financed his project. My question to you is, what previous project gave Damien Chazelle enough street credit to go forward? Now, you can either just try and come up with a random answer on your own.
Oh, no. I need options.
Okay, you need some options. Okay, I'll give you three options.
It's too, I don't even know. I've never heard of the guy.
Sure.
Right?
Okay.
It's too random otherwise.
Okay. Well, the first option is Lost in Translation.
Oh, God, I hope not. It would make all kinds of sense.
The second option is Casino Royale. The 2000, like the modern version, not the 1960s version.
Not the comedy classic.
Mm-hmm. The third option, The Great Gatsby. And the fourth option, Whiplash.
Ooh, Whiplash, like the drumming thing.
Yes.
That's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was Lost in Translation. I think you've thrown that in there. as a,
Yeah.
just a funny whatever.
Yeah.
What were the other options?
So Lost in Translation, Casino Royale, The Great Gatsby, and Whiplash.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that The Great Gatsby was directed by... we're talking about directing, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure The Great Gatsby was directed by Baz Luhrmann. Which would rule that out, but I could be wrong. I could be so confident about that I'm in fact incorrect. And Casino Royale, like, I don't know. My thoughts are, if you can't get a studio to fund your bullshit musical, they're not going to hand you a James Bond film. So I'm going to go with Whiplash, because I think Whiplash is it has to be Whiplash. And here's why.
Okay.
I don't have a reason why it's not Lost in Translation, except for the fact that I think you just threw Lost in Translation in there.
Sure, yeah.
I don't think it's 007, because 007 is a big property.
Yep. Yes.
Right.
Yep.
And so there's no way that's his first film. There's no way the first film this guy directs is Casino Royale.
To clarify, I didn't say first, but it was the first film that got him street credit.
Oh, okay, but still.
But granted.
If he doesn't have street credit,
right, no, yeah.
He's not getting Casino Royale. Right?
Yeah.
And I kind of feel somewhat similar about The Great Gatsby. Like, The Great Gatsby had been done several times over.
Yeah. It is a side note. Yeah, it has.
And you're not getting, if you don't have any street credit, you're not directing a film with Leonardo DiCaprio in it. Whereas if you don't have street credit, an unknown script like Whiplash,
right,
with a relatively unknown actor like Miles Teller, at the time, relatively unknown, right? Like, was the Footloose remake before this?
I believe so. Yeah.
Right, maybe.
J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons, but again, J.K. Simmons is always a supporting actor at best.
Yeah, potentially.
He's never the main character of anything.
Always the bridesmaid.
Right? Anyways, it's got to be Whiplash.
Okay. Well, you're correct.
From a logistical standpoint, yes.
You're correct. And I don't even care. Like, usually I take my pride and joy in stumping you on a question, but for this one, I'm happy that you got it right, But I'm just so even more happy that Whiplash was the catalyst that catapulted him to get enough street credit. It brings me such joy because I love Whiplash.
Oh, yeah. Whiplash was a great film. I don't think it's my favorite drumming film.
That's fair.
I don't know if I told you this because you had me watch Whiplash.
I did.
And let me pull it up here. The other one that I like better,
Okay.
which I think I recommended to you.
I think you did. I remember
not as like
talking to us about it.
Not as like I had just watched it and you should watch it as well.
Right.
I think it's called
The Little Drummer Boy.
Yeah, something like that. No, it's called it's just Drumline.
Okay.
And it has what's his name? The Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon's in it.
Oh, okay.
And it's good. Carl said he doesn't like it as much as Whiplash. I think it's a little better.
Okay.
Anyways.
If I ever watch it, I doubt I will think it's better, only because it has
Probably
the
not.
unfair disadvantage of that
You have
I've
a bias.
seen. Yeah, I have a huge bias, but I would be open to watching that film. My second question. So La La Land received a record-tying 14, count them, 14 Oscar nominations, which is ludicrous.
Wow.
Ludicrous.
Oh, shit. I know what you're going to ask me. And
Oh, yes.
We've kind of discussed this before, but now I can't remember.
Well, okay. Ultimately, it won 6. So, won 6, nominated for 14. It included Best Director, Best Actress. But I want to know, there are 2 other films that are tied with La La Land for most nominations. Can you name any of those 2 films?
And we've talked about one of them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I want to say that it's... I want to say that one of them is Titanic, but I feel like maybe I'm just saying that because I like Titanic so much.
I mean, you do love Titanic. You love Titanic so much that you called me this week, and because you, a Titanic expert, like a film connoisseur of the film Titanic, you found out something new after all these years. You found out something new, and you had to share it with me, and it was worth sharing. But like that just is that's kind of like a microcosm of how into that film you are. Like
Right.
it's your jam.
So one of them I know for sure.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. So it's, if I get this, I should only get half a point because one of them I already knew.
Okay, that's fine.
So the one I know is All About Eve.
That's one of the 2.
From 1952.
Close. 1950.
1950. Okay. Which is an incredible film if you haven't seen it.
I haven't.
It's really, really, really cool.
Cool.
Yeah, it's black and white.
Okay.
But it's really good. It's got to be Titanic. It has to be, because the only other one that I can think that, well, there's 2 other. The 2 other ones that I could think of would be Avatar.
Oh, sure.
Just because everyone loved Avatar.
Everyone, yeah.
And the other one, ooh, shoot.
Just for the fun, talk me through.
Return of the King is the other one that I'm thinking about.
Okay. So you're thinking Return of the King or Avatar or possibly
Titanic.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ruling out Avatar. I think it's either Return of the King or Titanic.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with Titanic. I'm not confident about this. I don't feel good about saying Titanic, but I'm saying Titanic not based on logic, just based on loyalty.
Sure. Okay. So you're saying Titanic.
Titanic and All About Eve, I guess, are tied for La La Land.
So I punched in. You for sure got All About Eve, so that's correct.
Okay.
Avatar had 9.
Ooh.
So not 14. Return of the King had 12. Again, not 14. But Titanic had 14. So it was Titanic and All About Eve.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is just amazing. Like, just think about 14 is ludicrous. Ludicrous.
That's
Yeah.
a lot.
That is so many.
How many did Titanic win? Do you know?
I don't know.
Oh, man of limited facts. Okay.
If only there was an internet search engine that I could use.
Yeah. Oh well.
One last thing. It's not a question. I'm just going to actually tell it to you. And I want you to use your imagination and just picture the film like this. But apparently, prior to Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone kind of getting their respective roles, Miles Teller and Emma Watson were slated to star as the leads.
And Emma Watson.
Yeah.
No. No, I don't like it.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't like it. I admire Miles Teller and the things I see him in.
oh, for sure.
But he doesn't charm me in the way that Ryan Gosling does.
Sure.
So.
Yeah. And just for the record, Titanic won, I believe, 10 Oscars. So that's pretty darn good.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Which means, yeah, like, and then, I mean, put that into perspective of the 14 it was nominated for, it only didn't win 4 of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like the volume of Oscars it didn't win is greater than a lot of films just plain old nominations.
Oh, sure.
Which is crazy. So I want to get your initial thought on, just like a general thought on the film. And before I do, I want to, something that I found interesting about kind of the making of this film is Chazelle, the director, from the beginning, apparently he wanted the film's musical numbers to be filmed and performed in single takes, much like the works of the kind of the classic musical performers of yesteryear, so like Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers. And he specifically wanted the film to emulate kind of a widescreen feel with a cinemascope look of the 1950s musicals. So he specifically, as part of their process, they shot on celluloid film, not digitally, is part of
cool.
with their equipment. So, I feel like that's something that I don't have as much of a technical eye as some people. So that's something I never really noticed, but just it's a fact and a tidbit that I just appreciate.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's one of those things where it's like, oh, it makes a cool story that's what you did. But everything that you achieved by doing that, you could have also done digitally afterwards. Right. Like it wasn't necessary to achieve the look you were after.
I mean, but yeah, potentially.
But it's still cool. It's like, at that point, it's less about end product and more about integrity, I think. But
that's true. Yeah.
More
paying homage to those films.
Yeah, it's more the spirit of something versus, if someone's like, oh, I'm going to shoot on film today as opposed to shooting digital. And it's like, well, why?
Why? Right.
Because you can achieve the same look and you can achieve the same look with digital.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cheaper, and it's less of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Why?
But anyways.
So essentially, I'm going to give this is my nickel and dime thought on the film, and I kind of want your kind of nickel and dime thought. My thought is, I love it, is in a nutshell. Essentially, it's a fun, fantastic musical film, but it blends two major elements in my mind, and it's pretty obvious. Obviously, the first element, just a huge throwback, nostalgic feel to classic musicals of yesteryear. And I feel like you and I do appreciate a good classical musical. But I
love musicals. I mean, Sound of Music made my number 2.
I didn't get it that close.
And Mary Poppins was also on that list.
Yeah. Yes. The other element that
both
I think
Julie
it blends.
Andrews films.
What's that?
I just realized both Julie Andrews films.
Yeah.
Both Julie Andrews musicals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyways.
That says something about you. That's pretty cool. But anyway, so there's the one element that's nostalgic musicals, but the other thing that's blended in here, the other element is just it's a modern film. So it has complicated realism. In a nutshell, it's classic musical mixed with complication. And that fantastical mixed with the real is, I think it just has a good amount of blend of just everything that I personally like in a film that, and we'll get into later. So what are your general thoughts on this film? Like just in...
Okay. I've been thinking about this all day.
Sure.
It is currently 7:47 p.m. Just to give perspective.
Yeah.
Since I woke up at 9:15, it's been on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to formulate my thoughts. So this is my second time viewing the film.
Okay.
And going into it, my perception was, I don't like this movie.
Sure.
I purchased this movie.
Really?
At one point.
That surprises me.
Not for myself. I bought it for somebody else.
Okay, that's fine.
It was at one point a part of my collection. It no longer is.
Sure.
But I didn't know. I couldn't pinpoint why I didn't like this film. I just remembered not really liking it.
Sure.
But I was as much as I was not wanting this to be the film that we reviewed, I was eager to give it a second chance.
Sure.
So I've got some bullet points. I'm just going to talk about the bullet points.
Sure.
The opening scene is visually stunning.
Okay. Yeah.
With the cars on the freeway.
Oh, yeah.
Visually stunning.
Visually.
However,
okay.
Once the movie ends, or even partway through the film, I look back to that opening scene and I go, so what did that have to do with anything? It's the one song in the movie that feels, although it's very cool, the way that they do it, feels completely irrelevant when looking at the big picture.
Yeah, I mean, it does because it doesn't include any of our main characters and progress them.
No, they show up at the end. Yeah, it turns out they're in the crowd.
It turns out.
But they're probably not. They're just honking at each other like, hey, a-hole.
The one thing I'll say is the underlying premise of that song is important to the show.
Oh, sure, the message they're getting across, for sure.
But, yeah, okay.
But how many times do you have to watch the movie before you really broke down what those lyrics were? On the first and even second viewing, you don't. You're watching the visual of it.
Yeah, you're just kind of
so
flowing.
That kind of falls flat.
You're kind of flowing along with the ride of the song upon first viewing, but you're not really breaking it down.
Right.
Okay.
The relationship between Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone.
Sure.
I love both. I love Emma Stone. Emma Stone's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Ryan Gosling is great. So in a lot of the times, the two of them give me Crazy Stupid Love vibes.
Right.
And a lot of times, Ryan Gosling himself gives me Notebook vibes.
Oh. I got that.
It's Ryan Gosling, and it's like a bunch of time passes, and it's a love story, and things change. And
there's even one scene where he's straight up like there's like a mirror image scene from the Notebook where in the Notebook he kind of yelling at her like, "What do you want? What do you want?" And in this, it was kind of the same thing. I think when he went to her hometown and he's like, "You got to do this. Like you have to go back and audition." And I really got some heavy Notebook vibes.
That was I love that scene.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Because he just loses his shit on her. Because she's like, he tells her about this audition and she's like, I don't think I'm going to go.
Sure.
And he's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
Yeah.
And he just like freaks out.
He's having none. He's having none of it.
Yeah. So there's that.
Sure.
I love this movie does for me what Ryan Gosling's character does for Emma Stone's character.
Okay.
It makes me want to listen to jazz.
Sure.
His explanation for why jazz is so exciting.
Sure.
Excites me for jazz. So that's cool. There is one. So this is an Oscar-winning film.
Big time. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I believe that there's one scene, even though I don't like this movie overall,
sure,
and I'll tell you why in a minute.
Yeah.
There's one scene in this film that I think earns it, at the very least, a nomination for Best Picture in and of itself. One scene, one 4-minute segment of this film earns it all of its Oscar attention. And it's the scene where they're dancing in the street on top of the cliff overlooking Los Angeles. Or I think it's LA. Is it LA?
LA. Yeah.
Yeah. And it is, I think, shot on a soundstage. I don't think it was actually shot on location. Simply because it has that, or it is shot on location and they've done a bunch of lighting camera trickery to make it feel like a 1950s set.
Right.
And the music and the fact that it's one continuous shot on one stationary pivoting camera.
Right.
And the style of dance that they're doing, sitting on the bench and tapping their feet and stuff like that. You just, for 4 minutes of this film, you entirely forget what period this film's set in, what the movie is about. You're just watching a 1950s film.
Right.
You're watching something from Singing in the Rain, or
right,
or something with Dick Van Dyke in it, or whatever.
Yep.
And so that's really cool. But the coolest part of this scene for me is that the scene ends with the stereotypical cliche iPhone ringtone going off.
Right.
And it does such a great job. It's like if you were caught, how sometimes you're daydreaming, like you just kind of like you go into a bit of a trance and you completely zone out.
That just happened to me right now, actually.
I'm sure, because I'm talking.
No.
Just zone out.
No.
What if you were doing that and someone snapped you out of it by slapping you across the face? That's what this feels like.
Right. Yeah.
It feels like this grab you by your cuff, the cuff of your shirt, and just pull you out of the daydream that you were having. Snap you violently back into modern day, back into reality.
Right. Right.
And although I don't care for this film,
sure,
it is one of my favorite moments in cinema.
Which is cool. That is very cool.
It's a weird contrast that one of my favorite moments comes from a movie that for the most part I don't really care for the rest of it.
Yeah.
And so I'll tell you the two things about this movie I don't like.
Sure.
One is the fact that I'm not a fan overall. There's one or two, and we've talked about this on the show in the past. There's one or two exceptions to this, but for the most part, I don't enjoy it when the couple don't end up together, when she goes on and marries someone else and has kids with someone else. Yeah. And it just doesn't work for me. Yeah. And so that's one of them.
Sure.
That's one of my major issues.
Yeah.
Major issue number 2 is so there's one song. There's one song in this movie where they're sitting down at a piano together and singing. And it's very clear during that scene that they're both actually singing.
Right. Right.
Because there's imperfections in it. All of the other songs in this movie feel overproduced to me.
Oh.
And they are overproduced to the point, they're so airbrushed, they're so polished, they're so clean.
Right.
That watching people lip sync, even though the timing of the lip syncing is perfect, something about it's kind of like that uncanny valley thing. Something about it is unconvincing. Something about it I find very jarring. And yeah, completely throws me off and just and yanks me out of it, because I'm like, oh, I don't believe for 1 second that the characters are actually singing this.
Oh.
Even though they're lip syncing perfectly, it just feels like they're lip syncing.
Oh. Okay.
And that's honestly, I wish so much. And overall, ultimately too, I was thinking about this. I love how the story starts out. I love the setup. I love the premise.
Sure.
I love the jazz thing. I love that she's an actress. I love the imperfections in both of the characters, so on and so forth. But then I just feel like the story doesn't end up going deep enough for me. I want to know more. I want to see more of the jazz scene. I want to see more, at times this movie gave me kind of a Star is Born vibe.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because with him, he joins the band that isn't actually the type of music he wants to be playing, and it's not actually the image that he wants, right? Which is kind of what Lady Gaga's character does in A Star is Born.
Sure.
So that was kind of a fun vibes I was getting as well. But yeah, overall, just didn't do it for me, this film.
Interesting.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because I really want to like it. There's a lot of moments where I come very close to adoring this film.
There is a lot, yeah.
And I kind of just don't really like it.
Interesting. So I think I fall on the other side of the spectrum. And I think you make a fair point. With your major issue number one, obviously, yeah, like I'd so much rather that they end up together. And nothing would give me butterflies than that. But just in a modern film context, I feel endings like that can become a little cliche. And at times, in some films, it can almost be an unrealistic or kind of a weaker story. And so that's the only thing I'd say about that is, yeah, I'd sure feel a lot nicer if they actually ended up together, but I'm wondering if that would be a weaker story, potentially.
Maybe, totally.
It's hard to say.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah. So I'm going to run through a couple segments or kind of themes, and I'll kind of bounce them around, and then you can kind of let me know what you think about them. One thing that I like is how this musical breaks tradition from kind of the traditional musical mold, kind of flipping the narrative. So this film, just whether it's breaking the prototypical introduction, so Ryan Gosling and Stone, they almost have an encounter, and then Gosling just brisks off and kind of brushes shoulders and walks away. And maybe in the cliche musical, that's how they would have met, and they would have made a connection about his downturn of a losing job, or even a greater example is like their love story. And something I really made a tie to is just their love story is kind of how Gosling described jazz music. It's a conflict and a compromise. So it mirrors the relationship where it's not the traditional musical where the culmination of their romantic relationship is the resolution to the entire film. Their relationship in this film has an ebb and a flow, and there's always a conflict and always a compromise. And they ultimately come to the compromise that they have to go their separate ways to achieve their dreams, right? And again, kind of related to that, the prototypical story resolution. I mean, they go their own way. There's no happily ever after with them. And, in that final sequence, we're kind of teased with it a little bit. We have that final musical number where, you cut back to their first meeting, and we see Emma Stone exactly how she was left off at the beginning of the film. And I for sure felt this way. Maybe some of the other audience did, but maybe, in your head you're saying maybe the film's events didn't actually happen, and maybe there's this alternative ending or existence where the two are together. And then, Gosling and Stone embrace and they depart the restaurant, and we momentarily think, hey, maybe this is the case. And then the film just pulls the rug out from under us. And personally, your heart is crushed when you return to reality and Gosling is just playing those lonely tunes on the stage without Emma Stone. So I feel one segment that I liked about this film was just taking traditional musical elements and kind of doing the opposite, or more of a modern take. So that's one element I liked.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you kind of, you're a good person to ask about this, because where do you stand on that? Because we just talked about, you love Julie Andrews musicals. You love classical musicals. You also like more modern ones like Sweeney Todd and a lot of Tim Burton stuff. Like where do you stand on that?
I am the Tim Burton-y kind of guy.
Sure.
I don't know. I feel like, I know that you say that, it's the cliche that they would end up together.
Sure.
But I feel like because it's the cliche that they end up together, so many other people have been avoiding that, and it's almost turning them not ending up together into the cliche itself.
Interesting.
Right? Like,
yeah.
it's kind of like, oh, yeah, okay, another film that did that twist, right? Like,
right. It's like the pendulum was stuck so far to one side that a lot of people are compensating. It's gone full blown the other way to the degree that that's the cliche now.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know what the answer to that is. I don't know how you win.
Yeah.
Right?
That's fair.
Because would it have been cliche if they had ended up together? Yeah, sure, totally.
Mm-hmm.
But am I getting tired of them not ending up together?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So I don't know. I do like films without happy endings.
I do. That is a fact.
But for me, the unhappy ending would be like, okay, so here's a question.
Sure.
Total hypothetical, theoretical.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sure.
Based on that ending scene.
Okay.
Where he looks at her and she looks at him and she walks out and he smiles at her.
Which is as a side note, so to me, emotional connection beyond excellent. Just
right.
Yeah.
So do you think she's going to end up leaving her husband? Or like fooling around behind his back?
I don't think so.
Because here's my thought.
Sure.
I don't think you can ever, I shouldn't say you. I can't watch this film.
Sure.
And not think to myself,
yeah,
the guy that she married isn't actually the one that she wants to be with ultimately.
Sure.
Right? That in that moment when she's in Seb's and she's looking at Ryan Gosling,
sure,
she misses him.
Oh, yeah.
She feels regret. She wishes that she was with him. And so, like, she's not, I don't think she's over him. She's definitely not over him. They're definitely not over each other. And so, I don't know. So that's what makes it weird for me. It makes it weird because I'm like, maybe if he had ended up with someone as well and they had bumped into each other in a coffee shop and everything seemed super platonic, but that's not how this played out. It's not super platonic.
I think I maybe have a bit of a different interpretation because I don't know if I feel that, hey, they're not over one another. I feel what they said on the park bench holds, that from that moment on till the end of their lives, they're always going to have a love for the other. That will hold true. And I just personally think they'll always have an emotional connection. I just think it's maybe translated more towards the platonic spectrum versus where it was romantically previously.
Yeah, I don't know. And so then in my mind, that's a fun fairy tale, but it's not actually how the life works. Like, that's one of those lies that we tell ourselves.
Right.
Right? Where it's like, I'll always love you, but we're just friends. Well, bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah, that part, that is yes.
Listen, no, listen. So I have several ex-girlfriends.
Sure.
Right? High school crushes and whatever else.
Fair.
And they fall into two categories. They fall when I bump into them,
sure.
when our paths cross. Well, when I bump into them, I apologize and I pick up the groceries at the box. But when we cross paths, there's one of two emotions.
Sure.
Right? So let me ask you a personal question.
Sure.
How many ex-girlfriends do you have? Ballpark it. You don't need to name them all off. But
not a ton.
You have okay, but you have some ex-girlfriends.
Sure.
Like high school, whatever. They don't even need to be like serious relationships.
Sure.
But just like girls that you liked.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So when you bump into them,
sure,
there's one of two categories that they fall into.
Sure.
You're either completely over them.
Yep.
And don't have any interest in being their friend, or like you've gone separate ways. Life
sure.
is different now.
Yeah, it is.
Or, and not that you would ever, not that these feelings are strong enough that you would ever leave the person you're with,
sure.
or any of those things.
Yeah.
But there's a little tingle. There's like this, it feels strange to talk to you. And I fear that if I were to talk with you too long, if we were to pursue a friendship and have deep conversation, that it would stir up a bunch of things that I don't necessarily want stirred up. Those are the two categories that exist.
I theoretically, I think you're correct, but I think this relationship that's depicted is different. It's like option 3. Like they had such an intimate connection because not just where their relationship was at, but what their relationship meant to themselves, in that they needed the other person to but just help them get where they needed to be in life. And Emma Stone needed Ryan Gosling to help her not give up on her dreams, to not give up on what she desired to do, and vice versa. Emma Stone, like Ryan Gosling, needed Emma Stone to challenge him and say, you know what, you're making some sweet bank here with John Legend, but you're selling your soul. Like you hate the crap that you're producing. You need to do this. So my point is, I feel like their relationship transcends just basic, they have feelings for each other, they don't have feelings for each other. I think it's graduated to a point that it's such a special bond that they have for each other. And I don't think it'll ever be eroded. I don't think it'll ever be gone. But I don't think it's at the point where it could be rekindled. I don't think if they bumped into each other at the Special K, they would be, if the conversation continued for a while, they'd be like, hey, like, I wonder if there's still anything here. Like, I think the shooting star that was their relationship, both for it was at just a certain time, a certain place, and also just it had such significance to them, I think it's done.
And I think that what you're describing is exactly what the filmmakers are trying to portray. I'm just saying they don't do it in a way that convinces me.
Okay.
I want to like this movie. Everything about this movie is so up my alley.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Right? I want to love this film. And I come really close to loving it a couple of times. In fact, there were several times when rewatching it that I thought, oh man, do I actually just really like this film? But then ultimately, it just, the way it's structured, I think, the the seemingly unrelated opening number,
Right.
and then the quick progression through plot points that to me are left feeling somewhat underdeveloped. Ultimately, just it's like there's several times where a plot point is introduced, and I feel like it makes promises to me about delivering something as delicious as a Toblerone bar, but essentially what I'm left with is a Twix, and I'm like,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It ends up leaving me feeling empty, and not like I was given the Hogwarts feast of emotion that I was supposed to get.
You weren't emotionally nourished by this.
One story of my life. 27 years still waiting to be emotionally nourished.
So you mentioned the one scene that's one of your favorite in all of cinema, and potentially why it got some Oscar attention. For me, there's one musical number that it's my version of that, and it feeds into my love of just cliche classical musicals. So this isn't something that I feel they did differently. It's something they just fed into the tradition, and I loved it because of it. So it's the planetarium sequence.
Really?
And
I hate that scene so much. Anyways.
I guess it just speaks to the subjectiveness of film, because it's not only arguably one of my most favorite scenes of the film, it might be one of my favorite scenes in all of cinema.
Wow. How did we make it a year?
So
because to me they're there in the whole thing, the movie theater, like someone spills their pop on the projector and the whole thing gets screwed up. And then she looks at him and she's like, I have an idea.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, what is this idea? And the idea is that you'll go to a planetarium and kiss there instead. Like,
because it was in the film they were watching.
I know, but it just...
So, to me...
And it got too dream sequency to me.
Which is why
I didn't like the floating thing.
Which is why I loved it, because it feeds into just the unrealistic musical cliche. And so to me, the reason I love it, not just as a musical film, but it's just like a piece of film altogether, is it serves its purpose to me. It transports me to another reality. It made me forget what was happening in my reality for 2 minutes. And it made me, as the viewer, embrace every emotional facet of that moment being told. Like when Stone and Gosling begin to float and eventually dance in the stars. I've seen this a few times. And I still get chills down my spine.
Right.
Just
her name is Emma Stone.
What did I say?
Gwen Stone. You think you're confusing her Spider-Man character?
Gwen Stifel, yeah. But yeah, just the choreography, the visuals, the musical sequence, they just culminate so well, in my opinion. Just this modern rendition of a musical, just that scene is just the cherry on the cake. I absolutely adore it.
So fundamentally, we're destined to disagree on this film, because it looks like we're looking for two separate... Like, the reason I love Sound of Music so much is that it doesn't have any of that bullshit in it, right? And that, like... one of my other favorite musicals, like not movies that have music. I'm not, I don't classify Walk the Line as a musical.
Sure.
Right.
No.
But one of my other favorite musicals is Sweeney Todd.
Sure.
And my least favorite song my second least favorite song in the movie is one that's like all full of like hypothetical imagery. Right. It's like she's singing about, the future and what she would like to, and it kind of shows you all of these glimpses of like them getting married and, them by the sea and them sitting in a house, retiring together and stuff. And it just gets too dreamscapey for me.
Right.
It's the reason why 5 minutes into Rocket Man, my girlfriend and I looked at each other and I was like, screw that noise. And we shut it off.
Really?
And you know what? We've been meaning to retry Rocket Man. I don't know if you've watched it yet. We've been meaning to retry Rocket Man.
Okay.
But Rocket Man is not Walk the Line and it's not Bohemian Rhapsody. It's kind of like it's like Elton John's story, but entirely set within a dreamscapey type thing. Which I mean, I may watch it and I may really like it. But if you're in the mood for Walk the Line or Bohemian Rhapsody, but about Elton John, and then you get slapped with a dreamscapey thing, that's just super. If that's not what you're in the mood for,
right,
then it's gonna fall flat for you. Which is what happened to us.
It's what's with film. It all depends on the mood you're in, right? You mentioned this last week when you watched The Man Who Killed Don Quixote. You said you were in the right space, you were in the right mood, and it just coincided with watching that film.
There's a whole adult film industry that depends on people being in the right mood to watch their films. Mood is important, man. Mood is important. 100%.
Two more things that is all I have to say before we give our grades. Okay.
All right. You're just gonna brush right past that, eh?
I am. All
right.
Okay. So
you are the bigger man.
The first thing is these are just general story elements that I appreciate and what elevate it to me. So one of the lines in an earlier song is someone in the crowd will take you where you want to go. So the whole story is told through the lens of making it in bright lights in Tinseltown. And just one thing about this story that I think elevates it is because the premise is it transcends that very limited scenario. And I feel it transcends just to the human theme, which is relatable, that in society, whether you want to be successful or getting your big break or making it or doing what you love doing, just to me, it's not a very niche theme. It is a very transferable theme. At least I interpreted it as such.
Certainly.
The second thing is I just love how this film does a fantastic job of developing our characters' backstory. Not in full depth, but just to enough leading up to their encounter in the restaurant. So we get kind of the lead up of Emma Stone to what led to her going to that restaurant that night, and the lead up of Ryan Gosling, what led him to be in that restaurant that night. And that's another scene. I literally get chills and goosebumps during each of the bookend scenes in the restaurant with Gosling playing his piece. Just the simplicity of the tone and the song itself and the lights fading and knowing the underlying kind of emotional buildup of both those characters. And just seeing how they each individually end up there, I think is fantastically done. So,
what a strange role for J.K. Simmons.
Yes and no. I mean,
it's on par. I guess it's on par with. So again, that supports everything that I've said. That he's always sort of that quiet supporting role. He's one of the most famous supporting role guys.
Sure.
Out there.
Yeah, for sure.
I would love to see. I want to see a really emotional drama where he's the star.
Front and center.
What if it Prisoners, but instead of Hugh Jackman, it's J.K. Simmons.
Oh, baby.
Right. He needs more.
He needs
Spider-Man, but instead of J. Jonah Jameson, he's Peter Parker.
Right. A Star Is Born, but instead of
think about it, could be
instead
of Lady Gaga.
Right, exactly. What did you give this?
It's progressive.
Yeah. What did you give this film out of 10?
I think this will surprise you. I gave it a 6.5.
No, okay.
Which is low, which I think is lower than what you gave it, but is probably higher than what you thought I would give it.
Right.
Because ultimately there's a lot of elements of this film that I enjoy, and there's so many moments where I'm like, oh, I'm about to start loving this.
Sure.
But then it just doesn't quite happen for me.
Okay. That's fair.
But ultimately, I think 6.5. I think it's better than neutral.
Sure.
It's certainly not crap.
Yep.
But I think there's if you're looking for a music, I wish it was a lot better. I wish I liked it a lot more. There were a lot of things I wish they'd done with it because I thought the setup was so great. And just the execution didn't always do it for me.
Right.
And there's other musicals I would recommend to people before that, right? Like if someone's like, "Oh, I only have the chance to watch one musical," I'm not recommending La La Land. Right?
And
I would recommend, hands down, Sound of Music. Hands down. If you can only watch one musical and that's going to form your entire perspective of what musicals are, Sound of Music. Absolutely.
And I would agree. As much as I'm surprised by your score, you're right. I did think you'd give it lower. And as much as I think we're polar opposites on this, is that I love it, you're not as much as in love with it. I would obviously agree with you. Like there are certain staple films like Sound of Music, Mary Poppins, White Christmas that would totally be up higher on the list if my recommendation could only be one musical film to a person, right?
Sure.
Wizard of Oz, Singing in the Rain, like there are a ton that would trump this without question. Without question.
Right. 100%. Good morning. Good morning.
I actually
It's great to stay up late. Good morning.
I almost watched Singing in the Rain. I was really, after watching La La Land, I was really feeling it.
I've never seen it.
Oh, really?
I've seen YouTube clips of like the 2 or 3 well-known, like I know the song Singing in the Rain, right?
Yeah,
and obviously Good Morning, which I mostly know Good Morning from those Viagra commercials like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah. So on a scale of 10, I don't know if you're going to hate me or just, I don't know what you're going to do. I gave it a 10 out of 10. And
I don't hate you.
Sure.
But I will say that I'll say I think that that's foolish.
Yeah.
I'll say that I think that that's emotion driven.
I can't say you're wrong.
And,
I can't.
And that you will regret that.
That I won't.
You'll regret
agree with.
that. You'll regret that. That moving forward, you can only ever rank a movie as good as, but never better than La La Land.
See.
Right? So that's my thought. Is 10 out of 10 to me. I don't give Titanic a 10 out of 10.
Right.
And it's my favorite film. I think 10 out of 10 is too prestigious. I think 10 out of 10 is saying that what 10 out of 10 is saying is that La La Land is perfect.
So it's interesting. It's interesting that
flawless.
You're mentioning this because I gave it a 10 out of 10 on my scale, and all my scale is just an equal ranking of all these different aspects that make up a film. And when I was ranking each aspect, I'm like, to me personally, it got full score. And obviously averaged out would be a 10 out of 10. When
I'm more interested in Marshall's scale.
So here's where it gets interesting. With Marshall's scale, I don't know what it gets. I don't feel right about giving it a 10 out of 10. I think it's a 9 out of 10, but I'm still undecided. So
I feel more comfortable with that. I can get behind you and go, okay.
Yeah. Well, and it goes back to the underlying flaw of my system is, yes, it's a equal system of all these things are graded equally, but it's a flawed system in that if each has an equal weighing system, I need to evaluate like all the dozens and dozens and dozens of aspects of a film, not just like the top 8. So with Marshall's, it's between a 9 and a 10. Regardless, I give it a really high scoring.
Thank you for having a decent rating skill, Marshall. Which I still don't understand. Pete has not explained it to me yet.
It'll come. I've been messaging Marshall because I was telling him my dilemma of how I couldn't decide between a 9 or a 10, and I wouldn't tell him what film it was, but he'll find out.
Okay.
So a 9 or a 10, somewhere between there. Yeah.
Cool.
What is it?
Before we progress.
Okay. Actually, one more thing I want to say, and this is maybe emotionally driven. When you called me out on my emotionally driven aspect of this, I feel this might be emotionally driven. I think La La Land pushed its way into my top 20. Not my top 10, maybe the top 15, but I would say likely the top 20.
Oh, I would hope so. If you're giving it a 10 out of 10, it should be your top 5. Do you not see the flaw in that system?
Anyway, sorry, I cut you off. It was almost like you were going to ask something of me.
Yeah, your foot size. What do you?
Yeah.
My guess. Can I guess?
Sure.
I would guess 10.5, maybe 11.
Sure. I said you could guess. I didn't actually say I'd tell you, so I'm not going to.
Oh, come on. Tell me your foot size. Is it like an embarrassing thing?
It's like it depends on the brand. It can be anywhere from like 11 to 12.
Okay.
Sometimes
I'm like a 9.5 for the most part.
Yeah.
9, sometimes a 10, but yeah, anywhere between 9 and 10.
Yeah. Sometimes it can be 13. Like I'd say anywhere.
Whoa.
You know what?
Whoa. So sometimes you're a freak, is what you're saying.
I'd say somewhere to 12 to 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's somewhere between 11 or 12 or 13.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. I think that's. I don't think I have anything else.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah.
You sure there's nothing else?
I mean.
Anything.
Would you? Here's the problem. I didn't watch your recommendation. I didn't have time to do it. So now I'm like reluctant to ask you what it's a can of worms I'm afraid to open.
Yeah.
This has happened before. I think like a couple of weeks ago you didn't watch mine.
So you know what's eerie? We talked about a circumstance where the podcast would end if we gave each other the same recommendation.
Right.
What happens if we didn't watch each other's recommendation?
Did you not watch mine either?
Yeah. So just ask me the question and we'll get into it.
What'd you watch this week?
Okay. So I did not watch your recommendation of Detective Pikachu.
Wow.
Because there's a valid reason.
Because you hate Pokemon.
No. My wife it's actually been on my wife's to watch list. And
okay.
So it just seemed a shame. Like there were times that
it seemed a shame to sit down and watch it with her then. Sure. That's, husband of the year right there.
No, it seemed like I had time by myself where I could have watched it, but it seemed like a waste.
No. Yeah, no, you got to do that. That's got to be a together thing.
It got to be a together thing.
100%.
So I figure instead of putting a round thing in a square hole, I was just going to wait till we both have time to watch it, and I'll talk about it next week.
Like I'm that's totally fair. I'm not allowed to watch Zombieland Double Tap without my girlfriend.
Actually?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
She's very interested. I'm kind of indifferent on it.
Sure.
Like, I think I'll probably enjoy it, but I'm not like anticipating it.
No.
But she definitely wants to watch it together.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
So the only other thing I watched this week is my recommendation to you. And
so that means, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, welcome. Also, we weekly watch films and then recommend films to each other, and then we have to watch the films that the other one recommends, and that person has to watch the film that's recommended to them. And if they don't watch the film that's recommended to them, then they still have to watch it the next week. It just means that they have to watch 2 recommendations instead of 1, which means this coming week we both have to watch the movie that we're reviewing, 2 recommendations,
yes,
and a 4th film to recommend to the other person. This is a 4-film week.
It's yeah. It's a heavy
Lord.
week. And for those that are new to the show, it's just a cool way for us to broaden each other's horizons. There's films that neither of us would have watched on our own, but because they were recommended to us, we've just tried new things that we wouldn't have otherwise tried. Did
you say new or nude?
New.
Oh, okay. I heard nude to the show, and I'm like, I don't even... like, I don't know what that is.
What does that mean?
Hi, I'm nude to the show.
Hey, nude to the show. I'm Tom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
So the film I watched this week was something that's been highly recommended to me for quite some time by a friend of the show, Matt McLennan. And
Matt.
We watched it remotely together. And it's a film from the 90s.
We watched it together apart.
Well, I mean, sign of the times, right? COVID. A remote viewing, so we watched it together. We were on the phone while we watched it.
Sorry, I love the way you said that. It was just very like, COVID, am I right? Like, I don't know. Like it was.
What are you drinking?
It doesn't matter. Continue.
Okay. So the film I'm recommending to you has James Cameron's wife, Susie Amos. It has
Titanic. I love this movie. Did you know? Did you know I like Titanic?
No, I didn't. It also has Pete Postlethwaite.
The director's cut of Titanic.
It also has Benicio del Toro.
Okay, I'm starting to think it's not Titanic. I've never seen her in anything other than Titanic.
Neither had I.
She's in other things.
Neither had I.
But
and the final person that's in this that I think you'll recognize is Kevin Spacey.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
The woman toucher.
The not a cool guy, Kevin Spacey.
That's okay. The movie that I'm recommending to you has a questionable character in it as well. So
yeah.
This is the week of sexual predators.
That's not even true. It's the week of viewing films with viewing them just as actors, not as human beings.
You're recommending a film to me with Kevin Spacey, and I'm recommending a film to you with Bill Cosby.
Oh.
So I you're saying it's not even true. It's kind of pretty much friggin' true.
No, it's true, but
unintentionally.
We just need to view them not for their personal lives, but just as professionals.
Oh no, for sure. I still think Kevin Spacey's an incredible performer,
for sure.
And so is Bill Cosby. I think Bill Cosby's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
He's just
questionable.
He's not someone I would have as a guest on Sesame Street.
No. So the film I'm recommending to you is a thriller crime film. It's called The Usual Suspects.
So here's an interesting thing.
Sure.
I've never seen The Usual Suspects.
Okay.
That has a lot of people in it who you didn't like. I feel like you skipped over like the main cast of this film.
Really?
Kind of.
Okay. Have you seen? So who do you know that you've? Oh, who are you referring to?
So I haven't seen the film.
No.
But let me pull it up here.
Okay.
Because doesn't it have like you said, Del Toro, right?
Yeah.
And you said Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
But I thought it also had like, Kevin Pollak's in it.
Yeah.
You skipped and Stephen Baldwin.
I guess.
What do you mean you guess?
I'm not that familiar with those two.
One of the Baldwin brothers? Alec Baldwin's brother?
Yeah.
He's like the top billed actor in the film.
I guess.
Anyways.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
But a late friend of mine, Jim Hines, was in a band called The Usual Suspects.
Oh,
so
cool.
It's long overdue that I watch this.
Cool.
Who's it directed by? Bryan Singer. That's right. The X-Men guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. I am looking forward to that.
Cool. What did you watch?
I did not watch your recommendation.
Cool.
To be honest, I don't even remember what your recommendation was. It has been a week of working out in the sun, physical, like landscaping,
like bench
labor,
pressing,
outside
and
labor. Yeah, pretty
squats,
much.
Working out.
Working out in the sun.
Right.
Yeah. No. Like physical, like landscaping, construction type stuff.
And it's
in
been
the sun.
hot. It's been a hot.
It's been very so. Like the day ends, and my two priorities are like consuming water and not passing out. And also a friend of the show, Carl Eastman.
Oh yes.
And a not so friend of the show, Aaron Mader.
Oh, Aaron.
And a guy named William Eccles.
Yep.
And a sweet guy named Mike Wilson.
Cool.
This past week when I should have been watching your recommendation, we played Dungeons and Dragons for the first time.
Wow.
I created a D&D character and like did all this stuff and like
nice.
Anyways, it's just been a really, really, really crazy week. But I've got all kinds of time coming up this next week. So I'm looking forward to what was your recommendation?
It's about time you watched my film.
What was your recommendation?
It's about
What do you
time.
mean about time. I watch your film every friggin' week.
No, like the film was called About Time.
Oh, right. A film that I've seen before, but I'm going to rewatch. Right.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I watched, partially for me and partially for you,
Sure.
a film from the 1990s. Right. I expected more excitement than that.
No. Well, okay. Like, I'm excited, but I'm a little cautiously optimistic because you know who's in it.
Yeah, but I love Bill Cosby as an actor.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, for the same, you're like,
Yes. Okay. Continue. Continue.
Diane Lane is in it. I don't know if you know who that is.
No.
Okay. Who else is in it? Bill Cosby, Diane Lane, Jennifer Lopez is in it.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, in some circles, she's actually known as J-Lo.
In some, but so is George Lopez. And it's a different G-Lo.
Right.
And a small up-and-coming actor who's unfortunately no longer with us, so was up-and-coming, named Robin Williams.
Oh. What film is this?
So this is a 1996 film called Jack.
Oh. What?
Have you seen it?
So I'm a little. You're recommending all these films from my childhood that I've been meaning to rewatch. Not childhood, but from my past, like The Secret Window and Volcano, which it actually wasn't Volcano, it was Dante's Peak. But still, Jack, right. I've seen it not since probably the 1990s.
Right. So it's basically a film about a kid who's got sort of a Hollywood version of progeria.
Sure.
So he doesn't have any of the physical features that are typically associated with progeria.
Right.
Which is, for people who are not in the know, is a condition that essentially makes you age way faster than you should be aging. And it's typically very visibly obvious in people who have progeria, whereas in Robin Williams' character, he's aging and developing properly just at an accelerated rate. So he I think in the film he's in like grade 8 or something.
Right.
But he's like 40 something's Robin Williams.
Right. Like, is it the only thing I remember, like, doesn't he like shave and he's in elementary school?
So I'm not going to tell you anything.
Okay.
Except for it's good though.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's got some feelings that are kind of like, it's like a less crass version and more make you cry version of Billy Madison.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but super good and emotional.
I'm very excited to rewatch this film. This is a good call.
It's a movie that is fun for kids.
Right.
And then you watch it as an adult, and it has so many layers that you weren't prepared for. You were prepared for just the film that you used to know as a kid, but you get slapped with something that's a little more emotional than that.
Right.
So,
cool.
Yeah. I look forward to you watching it. Without me.
All right.
Will you keep some house, sir?
All right. Well, follow the links below. Like, follow, subscribe officially if you haven't done so already. Please leave us a comment or a review. We would really appreciate it. Our main active sites are Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, so those would be the most likely spots we'd see a review. Check out our Patreon page.
You can totally vote on TikTok as well. All of our votes go up on TikTok.
Yes.
So if you're not currently voting on TikTok, then vote on TikTok.
Right.
Just do it, man.
So yeah, check out those links for all our upcoming votes for upcoming movie reviews. And you can check out our Patreon page below. It's how we keep the lights on. It helps us pay the bills, both software, technical equipment, cost of just renting movies, and just it's not free to run a podcast apparently, so it helps us keep the lights on.
No friggin' shit. It turns out in order to run a podcast, it's actually hella expensive. Like I just got a bill. From Podbean, who we host things with, and they're like, "Hey, can you give us like a lot of money,
right,
so that you can have a podcast for another year?" And I'm like, I guess. Which means we're going to be around, which mark my words, we will be around for at least another year.
Yes.
Because we just paid a bunch of money to stay going for another year. So
yes.
At least until 2021, which is when all of the movies that were supposed to be reviewed this year will be coming out. So
yes. Yeah.
Friggin' things, stuff and things. And, we're also in the process of upgrading. So I am using a different audio setup this week.
Yeah.
My friend Peter is still using the old shiz, but I am going to send him a link. I found a good source for some semi-affordable equipment.
Perfect.
And we're going to,
And just to bring people behind the curtain, we're not just upgrading for upgrading's sake. We're upgrading.
I am the Wizard of Oz.
We're upgrading for kind of a multitude of reasons. So one, obviously, we want you to have the best sound quality. That's first and foremost. Second, we were having a lot of audio issues that would just turned into hours of just painstaking editing and cutting, just trying to work out a lot of bugs and issues. I think no fault of our own. It was just because we're using kind of entry level equipment. Yeah.
Not including recording, I have spent not including recording and uploading.
Yeah. No.
I have spent 6 hours on an episode before trying to just get it listenable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and sometimes it still sounds like shit.
Yeah. So we're kind of trying to slowly work. So for those that support us on Patreon, thank you. And just so you know kind of where we're going with this, we're trying to have a more consistent goodness as far as audio quality, and also just trying to alleviate the load of just it's taking a lot of man hours to make this show, on top of like the hours of actually just sitting and recording, which obviously is just normal, but just the hours of just sitting behind the curtain, clicking buttons, putting film together, just yeah.
Yes.
But yeah,
anyways, we appreciate all that.
We
do.
I
don't know if you mentioned this because I wasn't really listening to you.
Whoa.
But what you said, you zoned out when I was talking.
I didn't actually. I said, what if I did?
Our new setup should allow us, once we are allowed to be in person with people, to have high quality guesticles on our show.
Yes. Or guests.
Yeah, or both.
Or yeah.
Some of our guests will have guesticles.
I don't know what that means.
Me neither.
But we would like to thank you for listening. Thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we hope you join us next week.
I don't. I hope you didn't think this was that good, but you listened anyways, because then that means that's true dedication.
That means you really love us.
If someone listens to something that's good, then it doesn't really... It doesn't tell you anything. But if they're like, oh, what a flaming pile of dog crap, but I support the show anyway, so I'm going to listen. That is patronage.
I guess.
Those are the people who love you.
That's true.
The people who see past the crap.
Yeah.
That is on fire in a brown paper bag on your doorstep.
Yeah.
Until next week, which will be the year 2015.
Yes.
Because we are de-aging ourselves.
No, the year in film we're covering is 2015.
Yes. It's like that snobby English person who's like, indeed, yes.
Yes.
Yes, I concur.
Yes.
Now I'm not even talking in an English accent. Yes. Because as we've learned, all English accents have a lot of lisps. And are just men who have sex with women in the back of boats. Because, James Bond and goulash.
Until next time, goodbye.
Why do you like to shut me up?
I don't.
Why do you? I feel like I feel like if we were a couple, you would be afraid to take me out for dinner because you would think I would make a scene.
No.
And I would.
Right.
But it's just an unfair assumption.